Stanley frowned at the nicknames. He still hadn't quite wrapped his head around the living arrangement upstairs. To girls, Jana, the sensible one who worked at the flower shop, and Chrissy, the blonde secretary who seemed to live in a perpetual state of cheerful confusion, and Jack Tripper. To Stanley, Jack was a special kind of guy. He had to be, otherwise, Stanley never would have allowed a man to move in with two single women. He was convinced Jack was, let's say, not interested in the feminine charms of his roommates. It was the only way Stanley's moral compass could point north. Actually, Stanley said, a slow, devious grin spreading across his face. That's not a bad idea. If she goes out with Jack, it's like sending her out in an armored truck. He's the safest date in California. Ellen looked at her husband with a mixture of pity and amusement. Oh, Stanley, you really are a visionary in your own mind. Chapter 2. The Jimmy Cake and the Baker's Dilemma. Upstairs in apartment 201, the atmosphere was significantly more frantic. It was Jana Wood's birthday, and Jack Tripper was determined to make it a culinary triumph. Jack was a student at the local cooking school, a man who could turn a simple omelet into a Broadway production, usually involving at least one tripped-over rug and a minor grease fire. Jack burst through the front door, balancing a white bakery box with the precarious grace of a tightrope walker. Hey, I got Jeanette's birthday cake. Chrissy Snow emerged from the kitchen, wiping her hands on a floral apron. Her blonde hair was tied back, and she wore a look of intense concentration. Oh, good. Where's the birthday girl? She's in the kitchen, Jack whispered, even though Jana wasn't there. Keeping an eye on the birthday dinner I started. Who's keeping an eye on her? I am, Jana called out, stepping into the living room. She was the anchor of the group, organized, pragmatic, and currently suspicious. Jack jumped, nearly dropping the box. Oh, you shouldn't sneak up like that. Jana folded her arms. You shouldn't turn around like that when I'm sneaking up like that. Is that my cake? Maybe, Jack said, trying to hide the box behind his back. I was gonna give you a big surprise birthday kiss first. Well, why did you have to sneak up? Jana asked, a smile tugging at her lips. What do you want me to do? Phone for an appointment? No, forget it. Jack pouted playfully. The moment's ruined. Maybe I'll go sneak up and surprise Chrissy. It's not her birthday till January. Chrissy giggled. Jack shrugged. Why wait till the last minute? I'm a planner, Chrissy. I want my birthday kiss, Jana insisted, stepping toward him. Jack leaned in, giving her a quick, affectionate peck. Happy birthday, Jana. No, a real one, she teased. Jack obliged, leaning in for a more substantial embrace. As they pulled apart, there was a distinctive clink-jingle sound. Jack's sweater had become hopelessly entangled with the delicate gold chain around Jeanette's neck. Oh, gee, we're stuck, Jack said, trying to maneuver. Wait, Don't pull, Jonna warned. Be careful. Well, there's no sense in wasting all this closeness, Jack joked, though his face was inches from hers. Let's just save that for next year, Jonna said, her voice softening. Get my chain unstuck. With some fumbling, Jack managed to liberate himself. He looked at the chain curiously. It's very special, isn't it? Jonna nodded, a touch of sadness in her eyes. My grandmother gave it to me. It used to have a beautiful cameo hanging from it. Used to? Jack asked. Did you lose it? Jonna shook her head. No, I hawked it. About 3 months ago. We needed the rent money. Jack, remember when Stanley threatened to change the locks? Jack's playful demeanor vanished for a second. He knew the struggles they faced. Being a student and living in Santa Monica wasn't cheap. He patted the bakery box. Well, tonight we celebrate. I got this cake at half price. Chrissy's eyes widened. Half price? Why? Jack opened the box to reveal a beautifully frosted cake. In bright blue icing, it read, Happy birthday, Jimmy. Who is Jimmy? Chrissy asked, tilting her head. I don't know, Jack admitted. Some guy who didn't pick up his order. But look, it's easily fixed. All I have to do is scrape off the MMY so it reads Happy Birthday, J. It's more informal, trendy. Jonna is a J, Chrissy asked, genuinely confused. It works for Jonna, Jack, or even just about anybody, Jack said, heading for the kitchen. Now, where's the wine? You mean the wine for my surprise party? Jonna called out. Jack stopped. You guessed. Jack, I'm the one who told you which store had the sale on Chablis. Jack sighed. The surprise is, it's going to be beer. Chapter 3, The $50 Conversion. Before Jack could begin his surgery on the Jimmy cake, a heavy, rhythmic thumping sounded at the door. It was the unmistakable knock of Stanley Roper. Hi, Stanley said, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. He looked around with the air of a health inspector looking for a reason to condemn the building. Mr. Roper, Jack said, putting on his best I-AM-totally-into-interior decorating face. Can I help you? Stanley looked at the girls. Would you excuse us, please? I want to talk to Jack. Mantu. Well, you know. Jonna and Chrissy exchanged a look and retreated to the kitchen, though the swinging door remained suspiciously ajar. Sit down, Jack, Stanley said, gesturing to the wicker chair. You enjoy being here. In this apartment? Jack sat, feeling like he was in a principal's office. Yeah, it's fine. We love the peeling wallpaper. It adds character. That's good. I was wondering, Stanley leaned in, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. Did you ever take out a girl before? Jack froze. He had to be careful here. If he admitted he was a red-blooded male who spent 90% of his waking hours thinking about women, the lease was over. Before what? I mean, it's not against the rules for you fellas, Is it?